Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of software engineering subject. In today's video lecture, we will discuss about advanced topics in software engineering. So, in it, we have listed total 4 units. First is component based software engineering, client server software engineering, web engineering and computer aided software engineering. Okay, so these 4 topics are listed in our advanced topic in software engineering. Okay, we will start with the component based software engineering. From the word component based, we can remember that in our first unit there were a model. In it we were using some components that already built and we have stored into some repositories, and on some specific occasion, means if that component is needed, then we have used it. So this is some similar thing to it. So if we discuss about component based software engineering, that is also known as CBSE, is a process that makes the design and construction of computer based system using reusable software components. Some module is already developed, then directly we can use it. That is the meaning of CBSE. CBSE seems quite similar to conventional or object oriented software engineering. The process begins when a software team establishes requirements for the system to build it. From the requirements, we can know that which modules are going to be created and which we have already stored in our repositories. In it, some activities will be there. First one is component qualification. So component qualification ensures that a component will perform the function required. That is mandatory because some module we have already developed that we have, but it does not proper function required perform, then that is not needed. So it should perform the function required. It will properly fit into the architecture style specified for the system, and it will have the quality characteristics, for example performance, reliability and usability, that are required for the application. Second one is component adoption. A domain engineering creates a library of components that can be easily integrated into an application architecture. Means which domains, which modules are reusable, that modules will be merged, integrated into a library. The implementation of easy integration is that it will have consistent method of resource management have been implemented for all components in the library. Second one is common activities such as data management exist for all components. And third one, interfaces within the architecture and with the external environment have been implemented in a consistent manner. Next is component composition. In it, architectural style again plays a key role in which software components are integrated to form a working system. Next one is component update. When systems are implemented with a third party component, update it complicated because some module will have 90 to 90% exact task as our required, but some 5% task will be not there. So that component updation is very complicated. For example, the organization that developed the reusable component may be outside the control of software engineering organization. Our next advanced topic is client server software engineering. In it, two approaches are most commonly used. First one, an evolutionary paradigm that makes use of event based and object oriented software engineering. Second one is component based software engineering that draws on a library of codes, means commercial off the shelf and in-house software components. The client server system are developed using a classic software engineering activities, means analysis, design, construction and testing. Instead of viewing software as a monolithic application to be implemented on one machine, the software has several distinct subsystems. that can be allocated to the client, the server, or distributed between both the machines. User interaction or presentation subsystem. This subsystem implements all the functions that are typically associated with the graphical user interface. Application subsystem. This subsystem implements the requirements defined by the application. Okay, so these are the software components for the client server system. Next one is the database management subsystem. This subsystem performs the data manipulation and management required by an application. Data manipulation and management may be as simple as the transfer of a record or as complex as the processing of SQL transaction. Okay, so these are the components for software client server system. First one is, instead of viewing software as a monolithic application be implemented on one machine. Second one is user interaction presentation subsystem. Third one is application subsystem, and fourth one is database management subsystem. This is the structure of client server system. In it, there will be a LAN that will connect the user as well as the server. So a LAN is shared between all users and servers. These two are the client species, and this is the server. In this server will reply a record if that is requested by the user. If user requests the SQL query, then server will reply that query. Transaction and group communication will be performed by the server and user via this LAN. From this figure, if we discuss about this all terms, then our first term is file servers. The client requests specific record from a file. The server transmits these records to a client across the networks. Means file will be stored on a server that will be needed by the client, and server will fulfill the request. Second one is database server. The client sends structured query language, means SQL request to the server. These are transmitted as message across the network. The server processes the SQL request and finds the requested information, passing back the result onto the client. Third one is transaction servers. The client sends a request that invokes remote procedure at the server side. The remote procedure are a set of SQL statements. A transaction occurs when a request is in execution of the remote procedure with the result transmitted back to the client. Next one is groupware server. When the server provides a set of applications that enable communication among clients using text, image, bulletin board, video, and other representation, a groupware architecture exists. So these are the types. First one is file server, second one is database server, third one is transaction server, and fourth one is groupware server. Okay, so this is it for today's video lecture. In next video lecture, we will discuss about the web engineering. Okay, so this is it. If you like this video, then like, comment, and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you, friends.